Hey, 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 everybody. Hi, Michelle. How are you? Sorry, I was trying to chew some gum because it keeps my mouth moist. Um, anyway, thanks for coming. The three of you that are here at the moment and the more that will be coming. Soon Lissa will be here shortly, and we will talk about quilts and blankets. Soon Lissa will be here shortly. Oh my goodness. And we will always. It's just always. Good evening, Karen. How are you? Anyway, so one of these days I'm going to do a video with my mom. She's done quilts for years. Karen and Janet and Michelle and Carol. Yay. And Janet, I may end up sending you the link for you to, I should just send it to you right now while I'm thinking about it. I might actually need to make a copy of it in case you feel like popping in, because Janet knows a poop ton about this. Anyway, what the heck? Boy, I'm telling you. Anyway, to come and to come and chit chat for a little bit on live with us tonight, if you feel like it. If you do, if you don't, hey, no worries. Because we're talking. That would be my aunt. Anyway, Lissa should be popping in here just about any minute now. To your Instagram.
There I am.
There she is, pop-dee-dop.
I said I learned to raise the height on the chair like an idiot.
It's those little things, you know, that'll pop up like that. Just the little things, and you'll be like, I could do this.
No, I felt so stupid.
How long have I been able to do this? And then you're thinking, I don't want to tell anybody I didn't know I could do this.
Well, I just did. And no, in my defense, everybody knows the desk and the chair came from my housemate's best friend. And so I didn't get a crash course on anything. And I've always had a chair that didn't do anything but just be a chair. Oh, and I fixed my name, if you didn't see.
What was wrong with it?
Remember, I was missing the S, and you said that was on me.
I don't remember that, but I'm not going to deny it. How's that sound?
Okay. And tonight we have iced tea, which if anybody out there has these, I will buy them. Okay?
Is that what you're talking about?
No.
That was just sitting here from my last haul.
No, they put these samples in the packets of Splenda last year, and actually a little before, I think. But they haven't manufactured it. And this is my last bottle of this stuff. And I will pay money. And yes, I have looked on eBay. Everybody else likes them as much as me, too. So... But so that's what I've got going on here. My last little bit of Splenda iced tea concentrate, crack.
You couldn't pay me to buy Splenda in the first place, so I would never have any access to that.
Okay, well. So.
Kind of like margarine and Cool Whip. I don't do those either.
I don't like Cool Whip.
Well.
And margarine, no. I have salted and unsalted. I don't have regular oleo.
I just do better.
Yeah, that's what I said. I have unsalted and salted.
Oh, I don't buy both kinds. I just buy salted.
Well, you don't want to use salted when you're making stuffing.
Why? You put salt in it already.
Mm-mm. Nope. No way, no how.
Do you use bouillon or any of that?
I use low sodium chicken broth making the stuffing, and that's it. That's all I make stuffing with is low sodium chicken broth. Every stuffing there is.
I only buy I only make stuffing at Thanksgiving time when I make a turkey. So anyway.
Yeah.
But
it can be a meal here.
Everybody's different. No, everybody's different. Hang on. We have a guest. We have a guest.
We do.
We have a guest. Yes. You ready?
I'm trying to figure out how to turn up the volume. You know, he's downstairs. I don't know.
Hey guys!
Dun, dun, dun.
Can you hear me all right?
I can hear you all right.
Okay. I've never used this camera before, so I wasn't sure.
My
stream look great.
My
You're doing good.
StreamYard is frozen, but I can. But I have my phone over here. So while you two are in here, I'm gonna go out and come back in and see if that fixes my StreamYard.
You're not frozen.
She's leaving us, Janet.
Oh,
I'm not.
We can handle it.
You two are frozen on my screen. Does that make sense? So
and you're not. Okay.
I'll come back out. I'll be right back.
Hello, Lissa.
So, Janet, nice to see you. I have seen recently that you are going through a very arduous process.
You think? That's a good word. I'm going to write that down. That is now the word of the day. Arduous.
Well, can there be any other word?
Your word sounds very positive. I come up with words that don't sound nearly as positive.
Oh, I would love to be there going through that, but I can understand where you'd be like,
I wish you guys could talk.
Now.
I wish all of the awesome people that I've met were closer to me. Man, it would be so fun. What a ride it would be.
Yeah, if all of us were a little closer. I mean,
yeah,
New York
is not everybody, but select people.
A select few.
Select people with positivity.
Right. Right. You know how to change the layout, Noelle, so we're not three. So we're like 3 squares.
Not 3 pigs in a poke all on top.
There you go.
You guys like that one better?
I like that one better.
Alrighty.
I don't have to look at horrors this way.
It's not high def, but yeah.
You guys just didn't want to see the wrinkles on my face. That's it. I get it. All right. We're here. Hang on. I have to have a drink. No, I'm just joking. I don't know why this didn't get back in the box of alcohol.
Pour me one.
Because you were going to send it to me with the hair bows.
With the hair. I got to get those hair bows sent to you before they get. I know, right? I have something for somebody else I need to get sent to them too. I've been slacking. Anyway.
I still got your ringer jamming in my head right now.
My what?
Your ringer.
My ringer. Macklemore.
Yeah. Thanks, babes. Put my head on.
There, unsquish. What unsquish? Okay. All of you guys, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this once. This is my StreamYard. If you don't like how I have my things up, then go watch somebody else's StreamYard.
Is that us?
No, there's people in the chat always telling me what to do.
Oh, I was going to say,
I'm just teasing. I'm just teasing.
There's a new sheriff in town.
That's right. I shot the sheriff, but I did not shoot his deputy.
I'm trying to figure out where to put this camera.
Oh, heavens. Hi, Marie. And let's see.
Mike, right?
And
there we go.
Amy,
I don't have any rings on.
My friend Amy, Happy Cowgirl Thrifter, is in. Are you done with school, Amy? Yeah, now Marie's sticking her tongue out at me because she knew I was yelling at her. Oh, you haven't seen me. When I get really pissed off, Mike, I cry.
Yep.
So you haven't seen me that pissed off yet. Dropped my aunt's sewing machine off to get fixed today. That they have about 200 sewing machines ahead of her.
That's what I do when I'm pissed too, Noelle.
I just don't
No. Cry.
Because it's the only emotion I have left, because I've already said every nasty, horrible thing in my head and out my mouth that I can, and now it's just tears and energy. All done for the summer. Woot woot. Hi, Marcy. How are you?
Yeah, I was gonna say hi, Marcy.
I hear through the grapevine that Chuck was saying nice things about me. Tell him I'll send him a check later.
How big a check?
I don't have any checks, so it's probably going to be one of those Sesame Street ones that you print off the computer.
You joke, Noelle, but Chuck is like totally genuine.
I love Chuck. He's an awesome person.
He's so freaking goofy in his dry sense. I just love it. He's one of the
Oh, Chuck's adorable.
Yeah. Chuck is an awesome person.
Yep.
He's
Hi, Marcy.
Right there. He's only one of two merch peoples I've got. I have Noelle's postcard, and I have Angie Resell's kitty cat, and Noelle sent me a little pink car there. And then over here, the wonderful friend Man Mountain Link, but he's going under Man Mountain Metals. He makes these. This is bismuth, and he makes
You're
them
married
in this
to him, Marcy.
and copper.
Yeah, but she doesn't. She prefers that we don't compliment him, because then it gets big.
Well, these are awesome, guys.
Well, she's married to him, so he's her problem.
I don't think that she really likes to admit that.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, now he's here.
Oh no! Now
there's a check now. Here's a check.
Here's your sign.
We were talking good about you, Chuck.
Don't believe her. Don't believe her.
Well, Chuck, I think you've seen MML's work. He just needs to get more recognition for it.
Well,
I think everybody needs one.
I think he did a really. He sent you two. I thought you were sending me one. That he sent you two, and you're going to send me one.
Do you want me to send you the other one? It's
I
sitting on my spot clock's foot.
You what?
It's sitting on my spot clock's foot.
Oh.
If you can't tell, that giant right there, that's a 7-Up spot clock.
Yeah.
Phone. My bad. I've had that since 87, 88. Jamie even was like, I ain't never seen that. And I'm like, yeah, well, that's why it ain't never been stolen.
Yet, huh?
Well, my sister ain't around. But all right.
I like your hat, Miss Jan.
You like my hat? I wore a hat just for you, because you wear a hat.
I wear a hat because my hair is crappy.
Yeah, mine too.
And I don't take the time to do anything with it. And then when I do, because it's so fine, it's almost like a waste of time. There's not enough hairspray in the world to make it stay. Hi, Lynn. And then
this is after helmet hat.
Now I have this spot that is white and this spot that is tanned.
Nice.
Well, that's your ball hat.
Yeah.
Farmer tan. The new version of farmer tan.
It's not a new version. I've always had it, but yeah, it's from being outside mowing and doing all of that stuff, and so now it's kind of like, welcome to the dark side, Lynn. Lynn spends more time in this dark side circle than you do, Chuck.
Who's Lynn?
Yes,
Disability positive?
Lynn is
Lynn is always
disability
here.
positive, and she lives. Oh, she told me just the other day because I should have known. She lives not far from Lissa, I believe.
Really?
Yeah. Well, she lives way closer to you than I do. I'm trying. She's gonna put it in there in a minute, and then she's gonna go. Noelle, you should know this, and I should know this because I specifically asked her the other day, and I still can't remember because
Wisconsin. Well, that's where Chuck is.
There's no way
You're in Wisconsin.
I wouldn't be able to remember everything people tell me.
I remember some of it. I remember.
Oh, I know. Noelle's amazing with everybody's names and everything.
I know.
Oshkosh.
I feel so stupid.
Oshkosh, bagosh, how far, Chuck, how far are you and Marcy from Oshkosh, Wisconsin?
Wisconsin.
Lynn, do you follow Chuck, Backroad Bitter, and his wife, Marcy, who doesn't want anybody to know that Frugal Peanut Reseller, a.k.a. Marcy, a.k.a. Chuck's wife?
Oh, maybe she's a denim leg or two away.
A denim leg.
They're gonna quit liking my videos. Don't
So remember,
upset.
I can't
Don't
stay awake
upset.
as long with you guys.
I thought I was at. This is so funny. My youngest son is here right now, and he's playing with the kids. But he said, "Mom," he goes, "I caught the last little bit of your Tuesday show," and I was like, "I never know." And he goes, "I was thinking to myself, here's my mom, and she's putting together all of this stuff, and I got kids in high school who want to learn how to do it." And I go, I'm not teaching nobody. Because I said,
Noelle, you teach me all the time. I can't figure half the stuff out.
You teach everybody all the time.
Not teaching YouTube. I don't know enough about, I mean, there's millions of people that teach YouTube. That's not my, anyway, I said, why don't you have all those kids subscribe to me? I'm like 160 away. And then I looked at my sub count. I was at 853. And I was like, what? I got like 10. I was pretty sure I was going to lose about 10 subscribers. And I still could. Who knows? They're lost. Who exactly? Anyway,
people that
so
love you.
I looked at that and I was just like, what? So 4-hour drive, that's not too bad.
Yeah, that's like for me going to Niagara.
It's about a 3.5-hour drive to Seattle from here, but it's all straight shot. It's all freeway. So that's not.
Now I got Gilligan's Island.
Seattle's at the north end of Washington, and I'm at the south end. So that's not too bad. Anyway, all right. So we're talking about quilts and blankets, and I have some quilts from 1900. I have 5 quilts from 1900, and they are all hand done, every single bit of them. I have a quilt that is about 20 years old that my mom made. I have a quilt that is my mom finished the night before my first chemo. It was my chemo blanket, my chemo quilt. I have a couple of Afghans that were knit, and then I have some Pendletons, and I have some other blankets to show. But I'm going to let Lissa go first.
Okay. Well, I don't know which to start with. Are we going to go into our wools or just collectible or mohair or because I actually have
grab a blanket and start.
It's her channel. She can do what she wants.
Just grab a blanket and start.
Well, the most common that everybody seems to know when we're talking about blankets, collectible blankets, everybody and their mother knows, oh, well, Hudson Bay. Hudson Bay is that's the one and only.
I don't know anything about Hudson Bay.
A lot of people don't know anything about Hudson's Bay. The one and only is Pendleton.
Well, the ones that I've always known around our area is this is the only one anybody knows is collectible. Now, so I'm bringing to the table one that's not the usual colors. Because here are the familiar colors that everybody knows. Everybody knows the wool blankets that look like this.
Everybody does not know this.
Okay.
I'm just
sorry.
saying, I don't know squat what you're talking. I'm writing it all down.
Well, this is actually not Hudson Bay, but it's in their colors and in their material, and it's turned inside out right now because I was stitching it. But
It looks an awful lot like
with it. They even put on the cuff the lines, which are important with Hudson Bay, which we'll get into that. This is actually a Ralph Lauren. Yes and no. Anybody who says it, yes, it needs listed, but there was a tiny hole in the armpit and I was trying to stitch it. But this is what everybody thinks of with Hudson Bay blankets. The white with the red, the yellow, the black, the green, and then on the side, these marks, which you will find these on all of your Hudson Bay blankets, which I'm sure Noelle can add more to the Hudson Bay thing.
You'll find
it's valuable. Is that what you're saying?
What marks are you talking about, Lissa?
Well, I can show you on the big blanket.
Are you talking about the stripes?
Yes, the stripes, the points. Those right there will be on all of your Hudson Bay blankets. I need to stand up. This is a king size blanket and it's huge and I'm not.
You're going to tell me that these are worth like hundreds of dollars, aren't you?
Yes. The one I'm holding is a $300 to $400 blanket.
Shit. I mean,
okay, it's the 3.5 point. It has to do with quality and size. This thing weighs a ton.
There's one like that listed right now for $249, so it has lost value since you've let it sit.
Yes, and you know I let it sit.
I'm telling you right now because you think it's worth over $300 and it's not.
Oh no, it's on my bed. See, here's the label. And that's where we need you to pull things up in that, Noelle. Okay? This is one of the classic Hudson Bay stitchings that you're going to find for labels. The thickness of the vintage wool is what's so incredible. And that's what people covet, because you can buy a thick wool blanket now and you're going to spend a bloody fortune, but for the same price you can get a vintage one that is so much thicker.
And somebody has really bad feedback.
It's not me. I don't have anything else on.
What's the matter?
So the feedback is really bad.
Is it me?
It's really bad when Lissa, or is it me?
I don't have nothing on.
I don't have anything on.
Can you hear it now? All right.
I don't hear anything.
Nope.
Maybe it's probably just me then. So this is the exact blanket that Lissa just showed.
So that exact blanket, I wrapped a piece of furniture to take it over to Rehouse, and it ended up in the rain, and I tossed it. This is fun.
This is a smaller one too, a 90 by 71.5. That's about a full size. That's about a full size. But there's your, and you aren't going to see this. You are not going to see this Hudson's Bay label on all the Hudson Bays. They're different. This is
I didn't see that label. I didn't see any label. That's why I figured it was nothing.
Most of them are a lot smaller.
But you see these. Okay, see, this is the Canada version. I love to say that. Carter's not in here. See these stripes? See these stripes right here?
So this is 100% wool.
Yeah.
Oh yes, they are. This thing is so thick.
Yeah. See, I didn't like
they just ran a sheep over with a steamroller.
See these stripes right here?
Yep.
You will see people refer to the Hudson's Bay blankets as 2-stripe, 3-stripe, 4-stripe. That's these right here.
5 stripes, 3.5. This one's a 3 and 4.5, 3.5.
This guy has it as 4-point wool blanket.
Yeah,
and then
this one's a 3.5.
This color right here, this colorway right here, the red and blue. Let me see. I want to make sure that you guys are seeing this. This colorway right here is what everybody that knows about Hudson's Bay. This is the colorway that Hudson's Bay is known for.
Mhm.
And this is a three stripe. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe not. Maybe it's just, okay, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stripe or 6 point.
Ooh.
Now, I sold one a couple of months ago that was not in good shape, and this one is not in good shape, but they have it marked down. I wouldn't have marked it down, not for it being a 6 stripe queen size. I wouldn't have marked it down for this. Heck no. I would have taken that mother right on into the a dry cleaner and had that fixed.
Noelle, I just wanted to address in the chat. Well, first off, Marcy wanted to know what it's made of. These are 100% super, super thick, heavy, heavy wool. And then Chuck wants to know exactly what do the stripes mean. Do you want to address that one?
I think they have something to do with the size of the quilt, but let's just, you guys continue talking, and I'm gonna look up some stuff. What are we showing here? Okay, this didn't open up like I thought it did.
I was just starting with the Hudson Bay to kind of just ease us into what, in our area at least, maybe it's just because it's the Northeast, Midwest, the Hudson Bay is the prevalent, oh my God, that's the only thing worth anything, which is a whole lot of hooey bung.
What?
Because
Wait a minute. I gotta write that one. Say that again. Arduous and what? Hooey what? Say that.
really?
Hooey bunk? Is that what you said?
Yes, Janet.
It's
It's a bunch of hooey bunk.
H-O-O-E-Y. Okay, go
Why
ahead.
is everybody picking on me?
Because you're so easy to pick on.
High school ended 30 years ago. Come on.
This is not high school. This is people that love you that are teasing you. There's a totally major difference.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
I brought quite a bunch of blankets to the party in the land of wool.
So
as you
all the
know,
stuff
that's
that you're
what I was
showing
teased
right
about.
now, Lissa, is it produced stuff? It's manufactured stuff?
What, honey?
All the stuff you're showing right now, is it manufactured blankets?
Yeah,
they
they're
were once
manufactured.
upon a time, but not
Okay.
anymore.
Okay.
No, this is all vintage.
But this isn't like Granny and the Quilting Bee quilts.
No,
this
these
is
are
all manufactured in stores. And when you got married, somebody in
they
your
weren't
family, they would
manufactured in
always give
stores.
you.
Here,
What, Noah?
they weren't manufactured in a store. They were manufactured in a mill.
No, the
Here we
woolen
go.
mills. But they were sold then through, and then everybody, when you got married, you got a good wool blanket, which was quite expensive. They were quite expensive, but you got at least one good one.
That's
you
why
guys-
these trunks are all full of wool blankets.
Okay, can you see this? We may not think that a common household object like a blanket could have an impact on history, but that has happened with the iconic Hudson's Bay Point blankets. The Hudson's Bay Company, or HBC, first began producing and selling their point blanket in 1779 in posts around Canada, and very quickly, the durable, destructive wool blankets became popular among settlers and Indigenous tribes of Canada. For the white Europeans, the Hudson's Bay Point blankets represented the fur trade and pioneering settlements of the vast Canadian wilderness. But among the native people of North America, the wool blankets symbolized the evils of colonialism and introduction of deadly diseases. We all know about that.
We're not going into smallpox right
So
now.
so there's
I didn't say we were.
There's 3 trunks in the west bedroom, and they're all full of wool blankets.
Oh,
And
hello, nurse.
I didn't
Okay.
throw those out.
The Hudson's Bay Company did not invent the point system for blankets, but they were helped to popularize it. On every Hudson's Bay blanket, most of which are white with red, green, yellow, and blue stripes, have points or thin black lines woven into one corner. The number, I was right. I'm scaring myself. I that was a guess, but I was pretty sure that's what it was. The number of points indicates the size of the blanket. Although the points were not originally assigned a value to the blanket, over time, traders used the points to determine how many beaver pelts it could be traded for. At first, 1 point equaled 1 beaver pelt. Eventually, the point blankets were the standard by which other items that were up for trade were valued. So there you go. There you go, Chuck. There's the answer to that.
Well, that's just hooey bunk.
Okay, wait a minute. Here's something else that you guys need to know about.
Oh, wait, I used it wrong. I'll try again.
So something about Hudson's Bay Company is they don't just, they have what is here called the Mackinac. The Mackinac is a type of jacket, and you aren't going to just find something. This is something you guys should look up and research, and we're not going to go into it right now, but I want to bring this up because it's here. You will also find Carhartt jackets that are Mackinacs. You will find Pendleton. You will find C.C. Filson. These Mackinac jackets can go for $500, $600, $700, $800. And CC, there's a there. This isn't really. This is more of a. That's not a Mackinac. I wish I could find one. The Hunters. Yeah. I'll find one and show it to you. I did have to
throw some of those out because there were, mouse.
Don't throw any wool blankets or any wool anything out just because it has holes in it. Ever.
You wouldn't want to know what's on my bed.
Yes, ma'am.
Never. It's just, that would just be like throwing out an old quilt because people will use the pieces of it to make something with.
Right.
You can cut it down.
They just looked like it didn't look like anything to me.
Well,
and if it had a mouse nest going through it, I was like, ew, and threw it out.
Oh no, the quality of the vintage wool is unprecedented. You can't get this nowadays. I actually sold some modern wool blankets that retailed for like $500-$600 or something, and I got them at a wealthy estate sale. And I'm like, this is some chintzy thin. Pardon me,
guys. I'm just giving you a quick view of a Mackinac jacket. You see this right here?
I wrote Mackinac down.
Do you see this brand right here? Filson, Filson. Usually it starts with CC Filson. That is made up in Seattle, Washington. It's a very, very small company, and their stuff is worth way more than Pendleton or anything else. And you see the ones that are Filsons are the ones that are going for the money. You will see these ones, the field coats.
I've seen the field coats.
So these, Matt, look at this. Here's a Filson, a green one. CC Filson, if you guys don't know, in men's, they have some women's wear too. I strongly suggest any of you guys that are in any areas where there's any kind of hunting going on that you learn CC Filson and you learn the Mackinac. All right, now we're going out of this. What are we going to talk? What have you got next, Miss Lissa?
Well, I was just going to run with trying to have people drive home the quality of the vintage wool. This is actually one that's never been used. Hi.
I was waving to Kathy. Sorry. Hi, KK.
No, this one has never been used. And I got it. The box was mushed. When these were given as wedding gifts in the 40s, 50s, they came in a paper box, a giant, big, beautiful, big paper box as a gift. The box got mushed to mush, but this had never been used. And this also goes with something that Noelle and I talked about that people need to realize on our linen show. And I want to emphasize that because that will help you at estate sales to know you're looking at something quality. It's not to say, now caveat, it's not to say that modern blankets do not have binding, but the satin binding that's on the vintage, this stuff is so smooth, little children would just do this and rub it thin.
Just the binding packages, that vintage silk, those
they
sell really well.
This old satin binding. It has a feel like no other modern at all. See, now she's fetching up one.
I have two of these. I paid $1 for a piece for them, and I have them listed for $130.
Holy
And
shit.
see, that's what we're trying to tell people.
And I
If you
just
see
sold
the satin binding, it doesn't matter what kind of blanket it's on. If it's vintage, buy it.
Yeah.
the 100% virgin acrylic. These vintage ones, see that 100% virgin acrylic? It doesn't matter if it's new or not.
That's what I was gonna. That was one I brought to the party. These are, you guys all got to realize, these are not for sale. These are out of my own collection.
It's show and tell.
Yeah. No, I just have a blanket fetish because I grew up very cold, and my father always said, you know, when you grow up and earn all your own damn money, you can buy all the blankets you want. Kind of did. But it's exactly what she was saying. This is a late 60s, early 70s acrylic, which I love these. I have one in pink, I have one in blue. But that satin binding, that means money. I mean, I don't care who you are. And if you've touched a vintage one and then you've touched a modern one, the modern stuff is so stiff and
sketchy.
It's not smooth. This stuff you could just pet and be comforted. So this was an acrylic that I brought to show.
You're more gonna have the true satiny feel, like that one that I just showed you is not. It's not as satiny as Lissa's is there, but they're just as highly sought after. And then they have the waffle weave ones that are more of a cotton, and they have a satin binding too. Those are highly sought after as well.
Guess what's all on my summer bed? I love my waffle weave. I didn't know I can go 10 feet and pull a whole bunch.
I have a bunch too.
This is that blanket that it never was used. So it's not like they all have to have spectacular names. Budgie.
Ooh, let me write that down.
St. Mary's 100%. It's this big tag. But this was the one that had never been used. I bought it and it was in the box. I left the tag on it to show you guys. How much do you think I paid for it at an estate sale?
More than I did.
Well, that's for darn sure. It's the
East
Coast.
You asked.
I know. There we go. $8.
Nice.
Okay.
Honestly, if you went to buy one of these, you're looking at hundreds for a modern one, and they're nowhere near as thick. The thickness on this is every bit of over a quarter of an inch. And I mean, it is super luxurious.
Okay, so you can see this.
Yeah.
I don't know why my shared screen does this, but they wanted Carter's fleece blankets. I'll tell you, Carter baby blankets, some of them you can get 130, 144, and don't say that you can't, because I have sold them. It's a specific, this one right here, vintage baby Morgan waffle weave.
Oh yeah.
This one isn't the one that you can get as much for. There's one with a print that you can get. Oh, of course, that's not going to come up. But let me go out of this screen and do this.
I didn't have the waffle weave with the satin trim. It looked like I had yardage of waffle weave.
That's okay.
Well,
let's do this. I'm just going to pull this up. So you guys are going to poop your pants.
Well, I had to get with the top layer because I couldn't get to my other super good ones. But yes, I just pulled this off of legit my summer room bed. And this is the super soft. And that's one thing I can say about these cotton ones. The waffle weaves, with the super
Holy
silky.
crap.
Do you see this right here?
Yeah, I see it.
These are soft as soft can be. The modern ones you can get at Kmart or whatever, or wherever's still in business. They're so crunchy.
You can't really get them anymore unless you order them online. Okay, you guys paying attention to this? These baby Morgans, these vintage baby Morgans. You walk past them at the Goodwill all the time.
It's all about knowing what you have. I mean, that's what it comes down to.
Yeah,
now I know why Marcy doesn't want to know. Chuck, now I know why why Marcy doesn't want everybody to know you're her husband.
See?
Yeah. He's Louise.
Oh, Carl, we'll talk about Irish wool blankets.
I'm sorry. Okay. So okay, I want you guys. Somebody sniped this and sold it. Do you see this little bear here?
Yep.
Oh, heck yeah.
That little bear is worth so much money. It's not even funny. But anyway,
but people need to realize the waffle weaves are money, because I got to tell you, I don't know about the rest of the country, but in the Great Lakes region, and I can say New York, Pennsylvania, Illinois, Ohio, every estate sale or auction or thrift store, whatever I've gone to, I have found these waffle weaves, which is also why I did not open up the room I call the Anne Frank room up there, that is floor to ceiling of blankies. They're soft as anything, and I can't pass them up. Yeah, it's somebody's inheritance. But when you see, I think the biggest thing I can say, Noelle, is when you see the satin binding that is as soft as you remember as a kid, pick it up. It's money. If you're not more than
not all of us as kids had those, Lissa. I didn't have one of those when I was a kid. So, but as you can see here, of all of the waffle weave blankets, the baby Morgans, which are the tiniest ones, are the ones that I have this sorted highest to lowest. The baby Morgans are going for more than anything else. So, but the other ones do go for quite a bit. They probably got close to 109, 110 here on this one. 89, because I just sold one for $90-some the other day.
Ooh, I like that pink one.
Ralph Lauren, so Field Crest is a big one to look for. So is JC.
I said about Field Crest last week. The Field Crest is huge.
All right, what else?
Mike.
We're both shaking our head going, Mike.
Mike, you probably wiped your ass with poison oak too.
Every kid does it once at least, right?
No.
I have a different story, but okay. That's why they no longer have kids in 7th grade do leaf collections.
Oh man, the sun is ruining my shot.
Yeah,
Noelle's got
almost
sun
11
there.
p.m. here, so it must be
It's
nice to still see the sun.
Jan, come on.
Listen, you guys already had your daytime. Let me enjoy mine.
Yeah, it poof. Where did it go? It's gone.
I don't know.
It's gone. I hate daylight. Anybody out there from Alaska? Any single resellers?
An old corn cob.
My best light is candlelight or moonlight.
Nice. Forget Match.com. Let me just go live real quick.
Mike, are you going to move out here to Washington when you're able to? Because I'm not moving back there. No, Mike.
Oh.
I think Mike's about the same age as me.
All right, well, don't forget, I'm not going to last with you guys the whole time because I do have to.
Oh, yeah, I know that.
We appreciate it, Jan. Not everybody's a night owl like me.
What do you got left? Because I want to get to some quilts before Jan leaves, because that's her forte.
I've got lots, but okay.
Did you see Noelle? I'm actually in my shop.
I know, I see that.
Yeah, it looks so organized. I'm so envious.
Yeah, do you see all the cases behind her head? Duck your head down, Jen.
I'm trying to figure out what those things are that
Sewing
have like a,
Sewing machines, featherweight sewing machines.
oh my stars and bars. Really?
Really?
That's a lot of stitchers.
No, not those. Down farther.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, Jan. I had no idea.
Yep.
The little guys.
That's a crazy amount of stitchers.
This is what I did before my mom passed away. I restored.
Oh, you
That's
sewing
her hobby.
machine repair or
Restored vintage sewing machine.
Look up on the shelf up under the light.
Yeah.
that looks an awful lot like the one that I used to make Barbie clothes with.
It's a featherweight. It's a Singer featherweight.
Yeah.
Say hi, babes.
Hi, babe.
Hi, babes.
Yep. And they still have their tags on them as to what stage I was at before. I mean, when my mom passed away, everything in my shop just stopped. And we just finished this weekend turning it into a shipping warehouse.
Hey, moving on, moving up.
You got to do what you got to do, you know. So they're all shoved on the shelves against the walls, and some of the shelves up here over me, and all the tools.
Oh, I recognize now that those are cased.
Those are
stitchers.
coffin tops.
Oh, up top. Yeah.
Those ones.
Yeah.
Those are all coffin tops for treadle machines. Those I'm actually going to sell. I restore those for people, but I don't buy them anymore.
Oh, I see those all the time here.
Mm-hmm.
Those are real common.
I mean, they made
They're all
people
Well, in a
up
heavy
here-
Swiss German area, everybody did stitching.
Yeah. Yeah,
Right.
I'm actually going to do a sale just on a bunch of the machines that I have here, the non-singers and stuff like that. I'll offload some
You
stuff.
got some pretty ones there.
I love these machines. I mean, they'll go through 22 layers without even hesitating.
Okay. Well, I know we're not trying to keep you. I know that Noelle wanted me to push forward. So
Okay.
I wanted to throw up non-American. Okay.
Okay.
Non-American.
Noelle, I'll
And
be right
as-
back.
Okay. Somebody had brought up about the Irish wool. You will find these routinely at estate sales too. And here, the Connemara, which a lot of people, they know that is the marble that, you'd kiss and that. But see, made in the Republic of Ireland, pure wool. Most of your Irish will have this fringe.
Eric.
They will have this big, heavy fringe on it. Now, this is and they are super thick. Whereas the American wool is all like a brushed texture. The Irish wool tends to be extremely, extremely thick. Like, I mean, it's ridiculous. And they also have, kind of a kilted looking ombre to them in their pattern.
Not
And
all
that's
of
what I
them,
usually
Lissa.
recognize.
Not all of them, Lissa. It just matters on what brand it is. And there are some.
I know, but I'm saying it gives you a clue. That's all. I'm just saying it gives you a clue. That if you're seeing a stack of blankets at an estate sale, and you see this, you'd be like, oh, I might want to grab that and see just what the heck it is.
Well, most of us, I think, would anyway. But you can look at all the different. All of this is Irish wool that I'm showing right here. All of it, every single bit of it.
Oh, and I've got some throws too. But
And I could pull up the same. I have this same blanket right here, only it's Pendleton. Same exact colors. So you really gotta. You can't just base it on the thick. If it doesn't have a tag on it, you don't know. The best thing you can do
Right.
is Google it and try to find one similar to it. But a lot of the Irish wool that I've had that has the mohair in it, it's not so much so that it's thicker, it's softer. It's not got that heavy weight to it, but it's It's a fuller feeling. It's hard to explain.
Well, I brought 2 mohairs to the party. 100% mohair. Are you frozen or?
You guys are frozen to me. I'm lagging. I have my phone on YouTube and I'm watching through that. I don't know why. No, I'm not frozen.
Well, I brought mohair.
Okay, show it.
Okay. These are also off my bed right now. So I got 2 of these for $5 a piece at a really, really wealthy person's estate sale. These are actually your real turquoise. And the thing with older mohair, you're going to get that the fringe no longer is single string. It's going to clump like this. But the softness, the loftiness, I should have a torch to show through this. It is so, you see how it looks like it would be awful thin, but the level of warmth is just about unparalleled. I mean, it's lightweight and then it is so bloody warm. And this is a vintage, probably from the 50s, 100% mohair. I love mohair. It's a personal favorite of mine. And also any cats will love it. Now this is a more modern one.
Did you just say cats will love it? I would
Yes.
literally freaking kill a cat if it got on my mohair blanket. That's just me.
Well, this is a modern mohair. And it's actually much thinner, but it's still got very great loft. And this is actually a J. Crew, but it's 100% mohair. And again, we've got the fringe, which I have always found to be quite indicative. Not totally, but you learn to recognize how it gets.
Mohair isn't as itchy as regular wool, Gina, at all. And if you really want to get away from the itch in wool, you want to go to a merino blend wool with maybe some silk in it.
So soft. Oh, it's so soft. It's much softer than wool. The really good quality mohair. I think what Gina's probably thinking about is our sweaters in the 80s. Those could be quite itchy. And it really, for the longest time, gave me a disproportionated idea about mohair until I started finding really good examples.
Because they weren't blended. A lot of the mohair blends are a lot less, but you know what she asked is itchy like regular wool, and no, it is not. Regular wool is very itchy, and you seldom want to have it next to your skin. You want it another blanket, or you want if it's a jacket or something, you want to have something under, or a sweater, you want to have something in it. And that's why you find very few things other than blankets that are regular wool anymore. They have blended them with merino wool or silk or mohair or it was right there. Not llama. Yeah, they do use llama and alpaca and rabbit fur, mohair rabbit fur. So you'll see a lot more blends because people love the wool. It will keep you very warm. Like almost all of my socks that I wear are made by my mom and my sister, and they are a wool, silk, and lycra blend. All of them. I have a few pair that are cotton. I didn't bring any of them down. But you know, the wool blankets are they're scratchy, they are itchy, but that's why you want to put something between you and them, a sheet or another blanket.
Oh, they go on top. You know, you have your softy, what I call body blankies, the thin sheets that are real silky. You have those, and then you have your warm layers of wool. So you can always fold over the little softy blankie around your face. But I also wanted to touch on an area, Noelle, and you would have to pull these up because this is really something I don't think anybody really knows about. I know I didn't learn about until I was in probably my 20s. Camp blankets. Cotton camp.
Lots of people know about those. Cotton camp blankets. Is that
I don't.
cotton, right? Because you want the cotton ones.
Cotton camp blankets from the 30s. Once again, we've got our lovely little satin binding, although it's rather worn. They have a certain pattern to them, Jan, and a feel. It's almost like you would think almost a sheared wool. It's so tight, so compact, and the colors and patterns are just so, I don't know. I love them. They're charming. This is my favorite. Obviously, it's my collection, but they're cotton, but they're woven so tightly, and they're so soft. Now, here's another one. I don't care so very much for this one, but it's usable. They come in lots of patterns. Most people think they're all Native American patterns, and that's not true. They kind of can look like that, to an untrained eye. They're soft as soft can be. I mean,
like
honestly,
t-shirt soft, like flannel soft, like
yes, they're very flannel feeling. Okay. They feel like a very thick flannel, very smooth, very thick flannel, and they're woven extremely tight.
I've never seen.
You'll always have these interesting color bands and these almost geometric designs, usually with some sort of a native or natural looking design. Like, see, that's leaves, and you saw my pink star one. I had some that they looked like Native American print, but my family hijacked them. And you can find camp blankets for gosh darn next nothing, and they're almost always, it seems, in the bottom of a cedar chest.
Yeah.
And yet nobody ever thinks nothing of them.
There's trunks all over the house, and there's
a lot of people don't call them camp blankets anymore. And that's why a lot of people will call. Well, look, you can look at the different the different names that people have on them. This person didn't even know what the hell they had. They've got so many different words in there. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one is just, it comes up as a cotton camp blanket, but it's not. It's merino wool. This is a cotton camp blanket, Southwestern style. You guys will see these all over the place. 1950s camp blanket. See if it's not going to do it. Oh, I hate that.
And you got to realize they feel like, she was a very, very thick, heavy flannel. They're not rough. They're not scratchy.
You'll see people getting them. They're really actually starting to come back into style. They're they look like a sweatshirt that you would have gotten in Mexico, and they're
oh, okay.
Yeah. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the little ponchos like my sister would wear from the head shop.
There's one called a company.
It's not a poncho. It's a sweatshirt.
But it's that design.
But it's that design. But it's made out of that same material, and they're thick.
Hi, Bobby.
Marcy. I used to call them Baja blankets.
Marcy, yes. I'm surprised you haven't seen any because
the word, right? Baja, BAJA, Baja blankets. Yeah, that's like the only blanket I knew about.
Right here.
Yep.
Noelle, Gina wants to know what else are they called besides camp? I've grown up knowing camp, so I don't know what other magic words they might be going by now.
What did I just pull up here?
Baja blankets. You said that they don't really call them camp blankets anymore.
No, a lot of people refer to them as this. They just refer to them as cotton throws. They refer to them. See, there's a lot of, and depending on what part of the states you're in, everything's some half of the United States call soda, the other half call it pop.
Here we go. Soda pop. I'm good on across the board.
Right here.
The Baja blankets, I've always seen it like artisan shows and like you know, in downstate New York, we have the Naples Festival. You'd see a lot of vendors that had like bags and we called them Bajas.
So you see the hoodie right here?
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty much very similar. And then
they're kind of scratchy.
They are. But the camp blankets are a little bit thicker. The Baja blankets they're not as thick as the camp blankets are, because you can see on the one side on some of them when you turn it over, it's not the same. Most of the camp blankets are the same color on the front as they are on the back. Like they're totally
done on a loom, right?
Right.
Yeah, if they're done on a loom, then they'll be the same on the front and the back.
But you see this one right here comes up with both, because they're doing that. And even here's something that is a play on that.
Yeah.
So, but you can see just by looking at the camp blankets, and what's irritating me is that, so here's a Pendleton camp blanket, but this is not cotton. This one is wool, because it's Pendleton. Pendleton Woolen Mills, I have a lot of Pendleton Woolen Mills fabric, because my mom sewed all of our clothes, and the Pendleton Woolen Mills are actually not very far from the Milwaukee Goodwill bins, which is one of my favorite bins in Portland to go to. And then there's the actual Pendleton Woolen Mills. There's one in Washougal, which was my dad's stomping grounds, and that's about 30 minutes from here. So so going into that, because I want to get into the quilts here I have just brought one. I have about 10 Pendleton blankets, but I just grabbed one.
I brought a couple of my quilts out for you.
Perfect.
And I brought a comparison to show modern cheapy crap, although it's 30 years old.
I have some modern. Oh, I want to do this. Remove that.
I don't have any modern cheap crap.
Well, I say modern. I got it in 1990, but
these are ones I made.
That's my point.
This is a Pendleton blanket, and you don't see this colorway and I'm sorry about the sun, you guys. There we go.
Yep. That happens on the other side of the world.
Just on the other side of the state.
I've never seen the label.
Can you see? Okay, so there is a site called the Vintage Label Guild. I'm trying to get it. This is really irritating. Okay. Trying to get it so that you can see it without the sun being, and it's not working for me. How's that?
We saw it.
So this is a queen size, and that colorway is not a colorway in Pendleton that you're going to see a lot of.
No. They're not big on pastels.
You think you're what? You're going to see a lot of.
Sorry.
She said she's not big on pastels.
Oh, that would be more for like a child's room, a baby's room.
Right. Yeah. But I mean, as far as Pendleton, you usually have your robust primary colors.
Pendleton has everything. They go.
I find an awful lot of Pendleton skirts around here for some reason.
Pendleton has clothing too, a lot. I have a lot of that too. Pendleton jackets, that Mackinac jacket we talked about, you're going to see a lot of that in Pendleton too. But if you're going to find a true Mackinac that is worth buku money, you want to go for the CC Filson.
1990 is not modern, Chuck. It's vintage.
Yeah. Anything 2001.
You're evil.
So are we.
2001 is vintage, you guys. 20 years, 100 years for antique. All right, let's go. Jan, show us a couple of quilts.
Okay.
I'll grab them for you. Which one do you want to start with?
One
right on top.
Yeah, do the basic, that one first.
Yeah, okay.
So this one's really well loved.
I have a couple of those.
We use these.
So,
Let me move my guitar.
So these I made. And these are, I mean, this one is filthy. We sleep with it. It's on the couch all the time. It's all scraps, you know, and it's scrappy on the back. It was the first quilt I ever quilted myself on a vintage machine. So it's got like special love and meaning, you know. Oh, Gina says fluff it. Here, baby. Hold that corner over there. So that's what it looks like. And this is a queen size. And then flop it down. And then the back is all pieced.
Oh my.
Love it. And it's only got one layer of batting in it. Yep. And then,
I think the less batting the better for me personally.
Yeah, this one's more of a summer quilt. Now,
When I did quilting, I would do a lot of trampuco. You know, the
Trapunto.
Yeah.
Trapunto, yeah. So this one I made for my grandson. This one is all applique.
Oh my stars, that's a lot of work.
Yeah. Like I think there's like a raccoon on here somewhere or something. He's like 57 pieces just for the raccoon.
That's worse than Bacilla.
Yeah, well, it was fun, you know, picking
each one of them is a different theme.
Yep.
You know, you got your wood animals, your pond, your farm, your, I don't know, you would call that zoo.
Yeah, jungle.
Yeah.
But if you look at these up close, you'll see, where's the raccoon? He's one of my favorites. They're all individual pieces.
Yep.
He's adorable.
Aren't
Then
they
again,
cute?
I've been worshiping the raccoon whisperer since 2011.
Yeah. So
I love raccoons.
I like the hedgehog.
And then this last one, this one actually won a ribbon at a quilt show. It's huge, babes.
Yeah. What do you call it?
When you're done helping, Janet, can you hustle on over here to help me with mine, please?
Yeah, he'll get on that, air jet straight away for 3,000
Just hop
miles.
on the Concorde. Just hop on the Concorde.
I was going to say that, but it's been out of commission for like 30 years.
It hasn't been 30 years, but it's been about 15, I think. Hello, nice city seller. How are you?
What?
Oh, we're just greeting somebody in the chat. Nice city seller. They think that's absolutely beautiful, and that is just stunning.
Yeah, this one's a California King, and a friend of mine.
You made that?
I made it, yeah.
Holy moly.
A friend of mine did the quilting. You can see it's got trapunto in the feathers and micro stippling, and this one hangs on a wall. It's never been on a bed.
No, that was made to be art.
Yep.
That's a waste. That's like spending $5,000 on China to sit in a cabinet and never be used.
Yeah, but you know what? A quilter gets very attached to their quilts. I mean, my memories are quilted into that. You know, there were
a lot of hours.
There were deaths that happened in my life while I was working on that quilt, and I can remember certain sections of it. You know, the birth of my grandson, a death of a friend, just different things. And plus, I'm a member of a really large quilting group, so it becomes a social aspect with quilters. You know, a lot of people just think it's like Granny sitting in the corner, you know, with a great big quilting hoop or whatever. But
not at all. My mom's
modern day quilting now, you know, the last retreat I went to, there was 25 women, and, you know, we cry together, we laugh together, we look at each other's projects, we coax each other and encourage each other. And it's a very emotional craft, and it's cheaper than therapy. So,
well, Jan, now I'm glad I didn't. I was upstairs trying to find my old box of unfinished quilt squares and things that I had done.
One box, only one.
No, I was trying to find one particular thing.
Oh God.
And I was going to say about the examples, but now I'm glad that I didn't, because I didn't know. Because I feel so guilty that I never finished them, but it's like now I couldn't because they don't have that fabric at Joann Fabrics anymore. I didn't buy yards and yards and yards.
I'm a process person. I've always been a process person. I'm not happy when the quilt is over. You know, it's the process of it. So I probably have like 35 unfinished quilts, and I pick them all up a little at a time. And you know, one day they'll all be done, and I'll have 35 more that I'm working on.
I know that I have 8 that aren't finished.
Yeah.
I really need to do a show with my mom, and it will be probably a pre-recorded.
Yeah.
I can't even tell you how many quilts she's made in her life. She's got about 4.
I've made about 20, but I haven't been. I mean, they're huge and they're intricate.
Right.
They're not quick knockout quilts.
My mom has 25 grandkids, and they each have a quilt from her.
Wow.
That's
My
a
mom
labor of
has-
love that people
What?
just
Let me-
don't understand.
I should know this number, so don't knock me.
How old is your mom?
I'm gonna 78. I'm gonna blame it on chemo. So I have 2. Pat has 2.
I have 30 years to catch up to your mom, so it's good.
Hang on. My sister has 4 kids. Somebody count this for me. My brother has 4 kids. That's 8, 9, 10 with my 2. There's 15 grandkids. They each got a quilt for graduation. My grandson has 2 quilts from my mom. I have 2 quilts that she's done. And then my sister has, I'm going to show you the chemo quilt that she made for me. I can't even tell you how many she's made and given away. She's taught quilting. She judges quilting. She made all of our clothes when we grew up. And she's probably got about 50 quilts that she's made on display in her house, not to mention all the ones she has upstairs and all the quilt tops that were my great-great-grandmother's.
And that's her legacy. Her whole life is sewn into all of those quilts.
So this is the quilt she made for me, and she made it in a week because
you got to go help her hold that up.
This one's small. and I have to tell you, the story time.
Yay!
My favorite color was purple, and I know it's hard for you guys to see because of the light outside, but this is a light lavender. This is the inside. And my mom made all of my clothes were some form of purple for years. And I don't wear much purple anymore. I still love it. It's still my favorite color. Every quilt my mom makes has one of these in it. It says, "Made with love for Noelle Griffith by Mom, Linda Fudge, December 2011. And so
that's kind of special that you just can't get.
This has been obviously used a lot. So it's not as intricate as something would be because I had my first chemo on December 15th, and she got this done just 2 days before my first chemo.
Mm-hmm. But she also has a long arm machine.
She didn't do this one on her long arm.
Oh, she didn't?
No.
And see, I always did. I was a purist, Jan. I did everything by hand.
You are one crazy lady.
Yeah, I know. That's why I didn't turn out tons of them.
Yeah.
My
mom,
mom didn't have a long arm. She built her house in 2005. She didn't have a long arm quilting machine until probably 2010.
Yeah.
Everything. And then
I want one eventually.
You guys don't tell her I said this. She doesn't really know how to use it.
That's okay. Most people that own them don't.
Hey, I'm a stitch and time saves 9 person. I grew up with Amish Swish people.
I did cross stitch. I did crochet. I did plastic canvas.
I can knit.
I tried to knit, but apparently I'm too stressed of an individual because like I would sit down and knit one day and it would be all perfect and the gauge would be right. And then the next day it would be like super, super tight. And I was like, yeah, I'm done.
Jan, when I was digging up stuff today, I found some plastic canvas, a little boom box from the 80s I didn't finish.
This is the quilt that I sleep with. My mom made this about 25 years ago. I should say it got finished about 25 years ago. And let's see, my dad's been dead for it's 2021, right? My dad's been dead for 31 years. She lived in, so this quilt is probably about 25 years old all the way from start to finish. And she had it in her guest room at her house when she lived more towards the coast before she moved back up here. She got remarried and they lived down at the coast. Anyway, and then I just kind of inherited it, and she told me I could use it. And when she moved back into her house, she wanted it, and I said, "Like, you think you're going to get it back?" I can't. I have to be honest. Well, anyway, yeah. It is a queen size. I had a king size bed, and it fit my king size bed, but it truly is queen size. And this one she did. This is all. It's totally reversible. This is the side I prefer. And this, I know you guys can't see it all.
Yeah. I love the piece backs. I prefer the piece backs.
And so, you know, that's of the three quilts. But what I want you guys to see is, like Lissa said, she has a modern cheapie.
The way that it drapes, it looks like it's
There's no such thing as a modern cheapie. This is a modern quilt. This is printed
made in China.
Fabric. This is printed fabric. It is a I'll tell you in a minute what the brand is. It's printed on there. This quilt right here is a $300 quilt, brand new. Now you tell me why somebody is going to list a handmade quilt for less than this.
They do it all the time. I've never understood that.
It's stupid crazy.
Because they're not the ones that made it, Jan.
And the same with.
I've even seen people, Lissa, at craft shows set up with like little.
I am so tired of seeing people show their. I got a crocheted blanket. They don't even know the difference between crochet and knit. If you are gonna tell somebody to go find something, know the difference. It takes 20 seconds to pull it up.
Easy, girl. We're not all born with brains.
No, everybody has a computer in their pocket.
Not everyone knows how to use it. Be nice to the not so smart people. Yeah, it's a fact. It's a fact. The
someone Janet go. I'm not getting on those
things. I watched a fairy lamp get sold for like $150 today, and I opened another tab and saw it on eBay for $25. Not everybody.
And you didn't buy it?
No, but I got a house full of crap.
Why would she buy more stuff?
Yeah,
she's trying to get
rid of 180 pounds of books. I got in big trouble for that.
Okay, my mom made one of these for each of us kids for Christmas 2 years ago. Notice the collar?
Oh,
notice
the collar?
Yep.
I love the green with it. It
now
just made
show it up closer.
This is knit.
That is knitted.
Yep.
Each one of these squares is separate.
Yep.
This was made separately. This square right here,
then we switched them together.
Square right here, and then they were all hand sewn together,
Yep.
and then the binding was put around it.
Yep.
You leaving? I gotta say goodbye to my boy.
Okay.
No, I just made a discovery, Jan, about the crap modern mass-produced quilt that I got 30 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It was a gift, and I've never used it, but I loved it. And it's been lugged around through several homes. And it's in its original bag. I've never taken it out, but I just discovered the receipt is in the back with the date and the price.
This blanket is
crocheted.
Knit. This is knit.
Nope, it's knit. Yep. Only two stitches.
My grandmother knit me this when I was in the 6th grade.
Oh. I used to tear me up some crocheting.
This is not crocheting.
But knitting and crocheting.
Knit.
There's
Don't
a difference.
Lissa. Take it easy there.
Most people who crochet do not knit. Most people who knit do not crochet. There are very few people
Really,
that
I did
and knit
both all the time.
I'm just making a generalized statement. Most people that crochet do not knit. It is very simple, and I'm not putting anybody down. Crocheting is very simple compared to knitting, and you only have one hook. Now, there's some intricate stuff to be done crocheting. Don't get me wrong one bit. I totally know it. And then, especially when you get into the smaller crocheting and you're doing lace and stuff like that.
Well, you know, I used to do tatting too. Which, by the way, Noelle, when I was looking for stuff, I found some of my tatting thread.
Yeah, tatting is hard.
Found some of my tatting thread.
Yep.
Tatting is like patience time 10.
Tatting is a lost art.
It
a
is.
very lost art. So
I just had to laugh because we talked about that last week.
I've done thread crochet, and you know, it hurts more than working with yarn, depending on, you know, how tight the stitches and stuff.
Well, it definitely does, because the crochet hook is tinier, the yarn, the thread is thinner, and it's just more tedious, and you have to pull it a little bit tighter, right?
Yep.
You know, and it's the same with knitting, depending on. Hey, Jody is here. Toy Addict. Beth Picking Peaches is here. The ATL Flipper is here. I want to get that in real quick. I hope I didn't miss
martial arts.
Did I miss anybody else? I don't think so. Donna, I caught you earlier in the chat. My youngest son comes out on Wednesday nights and Saturdays, and we're trying to get him to come on a different night because I don't get to spend much time with him, and which Dren could give a shit about, because less time I spend with him, the more time Dren gets to spend with him. He's a selfish little guy. He loves his Uncle Rye.
Selfish little guy having people in his life,
and it cracks me up because he's always, when's Uncle Rye? It's Wednesday. When's Uncle Rye going to be here? Is Uncle Rye going to be here soon? Oh,
hi, Jody.
Cracks me up. Anyway, so, you know, needlework, and there are so many different ways to define needlework, because you can define needlework as in knitting, crocheting, tatting, embroidery, cross stitch, crewel.
I can do all of it.
You know,
and now there's machine embroidery too.
Yes, exactly.
That I do not recognize.
That I do. I have an embroidery machine. I've done it. Mm-hmm. I can recognize.
Oh, Jan, I'm just saying, I grew up with, you know, everything, the hand stitching, the hand working, all that.
Yep.
I can make butter. Dang Amish people. My mother's family was Amish Swiss.
We made butter every day almost. It seemed like that's what living on the farm is. Anyway, real quick before you leave, Jen, because I don't know the patterns that well, so usually I have to Google a pattern, or I ask my mom. Mm-hmm. But these older, I can't show you the whole quilt. I should have had my son stay in here, but it wouldn't have mattered. This quilt right here, all 5 of these quilts I'm going to show you were made between 1890 and 1905. One of them has a 1900 date on it that you can just barely see, and it's this one I'm going to show you. And this has been very well loved, as you can see. And I don't know that I'm going to be able to get, you can kind of see some writing right here. There's not much of it. Mm-hmm. Somebody wrote the lady's name. It was probably one of her grandkids in it, but it's got the name on it, and it's got 1900 written in there. This is my second favorite of all the quilts. These were given to me by a family friend, so yes, they were free. This is my favorite thickness of a quilt, and it is not thick.
I know how thin that is.
That's a double Irish chain, it's called.
And it's just, there's nothing on the back. It's just plain. This, and let me see if I can get it up close enough for you guys to see. This is all done by hand.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And unless you are a sewer, it is difficult to tell. And the person that did this was very good. They had, because the lines are so straight, but you can tell.
Yep.
Wow.
So rule of thumb, if you're looking at old quilts for the resellers and whatnot, if you want to tell the difference between hand quilted and machine quilted. Now, quilting is different than the piecing part. So putting the quilt together, that's very difficult once a quilt is together to be able to tell whether it was machine pieced or hand pieced. But the quilting, there is a minuscule space between the stitches. A machine is not capable of putting that space in.
Can I get it close enough for you to really see?
Yeah, I can. Well, I have an eye.
We know what we're looking at.
Right.
We know we're looking at, Jan. As stitchers.
Just look at how, I mean, this took a long time.
I have a couple of friends that are diehard hand quilters, and man, they can knock out a hand quilted. They can hand quilt a quilt in like a couple of weeks. It's mind blowing.
I'm gonna show. Well, they don't.
I could if I.
They must not have anything else to do.
They have nothing else to do.
That's what I'm saying. If I didn't have anything else to do, I could.
They have nothing else to do. They're completely retired. They got the great big hoop, and they sit on the couch and bang out.
Dan, I could knock some stuff. I could make some lap quilts and still work. But
this quilt right here was extremely well loved, and I love all of these quilts. But you see with the wear on the sides.
So.
And the wear there's and I don't care. I'm going to sell it like that, and I'm going to sell it for a lot of money. But here is the design.
Yep. So the stars that look like double pinwheels, those are called Lemoyne stars. And then the opposite row, those are Ohio stars.
We should bring up about cutter quilts so people don't throw them away.
Cutter quilts?
A lot of people will buy these old quilts like these that are torn and whatever, and they will cut them up and make new quilts out of them.
Yeah, Jan, a cutter, it's got wear spots, and a lot of people will use them for their horses.
Oh, it's a slang expression. Got it.
Yeah.
I won't use those. I won't list those as cutter quilts. Okay. This is my second favorite.
Around here they do it a lot. Oh, thanks, Chuck. That's swell of you.
That's a double wedding ring, is what that's called, and that's a very
one of the most popular patterns ever.
A very traditional double wedding ring.
This
so
one,
probably
you guys,
very
this
high.
One, you guys can really, all of you who aren't sewers can really see the stitches on this because it's green and the stitches are white. So
most people did their quilting in white. Yep. See the spaces?
Yep.
The spaces in between the stitches is how you can tell that it's
they're not completely uniform. You do pretty good, but
a
machine
can still do a screwed up stitch, but the difference with the machine is the bobbin area and the locking mechanism. It's made to go back in the exact same hole when it formulates the stitch. So there is never, ever, ever a space between the stitches unless it's a basting stitch, and even then there won't be on the back side when it's a basting stitch done by machine. It'll still be connected. There won't be spaces.
You're making me feel guilty, like I got to go fetch up mine and finish them.
I miss quilting.
One is probably closer to 1910.
That one's tied.
Tied.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is hand tied. It is not quilted at all. It is not hand quilted.
Yeah.
My grandma made me do the tying.
But check out the back. Does that not remind you of the inside of a sleeping bag?
Nice.
Oh my golly.
Those heavy brown sleeping bags that we would get when we were kids, and they had that weird design on the inside.
Yep. My sleeping bag looked like a bandana.
This one was totally made out of
Holly Hobby. I don't know.
Dress shirts and just scraps. This is a scrap.
Yep.
Well, that makes me think about my crazy quilt. Now, Jan, I don't know, you Victorian crazy quilts. I've told Noelle on our last show, I made one, but I did it with an 80s kind of flair. I used like some lame and just different brocades and some really great shirts that had gotten holes in them. And it was just gorgeous. And it was a labor of love with,
That's a
velvet and
9-patch quilt.
shinies. And
That's an alternating 9-patch. And that's also tied.
Yep.
And that looks like it's done with shirting as well.
Yeah, I think so too as well.
Noelle, Kevin can't take all the knowledge anymore. We've blown his mind, so he'll just send pictures.
Good plan.
Kevin, I have some stuff for you that I want to send to you, but I don't want to send it to you and get a call out because I don't want any help from the bigger channels, so I haven't sent it to you. I didn't even see you come in. You snuck in through the back door.
A lot of people are
coming,
about placemats right now too.
Placemats are big, and especially Kevin, I've seen you walk by some quilts.
Oh, he's walked by stuff. I'm screaming at the screen. Go back. You scream like you think they can hear you, like a sport. It's our version of a sports
It's her
game.
channel. She can do whatever the hell she wants, Lissa.
I'm gonna message you my phone number, Kevin, so that when you're at these sales, or you could just Instagram, FaceTime me like I do. I have done with Tim, and then with Harry Humstone over a few things, because there's some things you walk by that now that you're retired and have more time, you can get a little help. Because we need you to get some more higher priced items in your store.
Oh, I could have died over something he walked by one day, and I was screaming so much, and Jamie was like,
"Oh,
he
wait,
can't hear you
out, you guys."
We love Kevin. We love Kevin.
I was watching Chuck's most recent upload before you and I started chatting on Instagram. He went to that auction. Now, I remember going to auctions before this whole inheriting this house thing, and it was fun. And man, I was looking at that table and I was just like so overwhelmed. I couldn't even focus on one little thing. I can't even handle it. I can't even handle it anymore.
Absolutely. Call me when you're recording.
Kev, definitely call her. That would be a watch.
Don't
Noelle yelling at you.
I wouldn't yell at him. But
lies.
Yeah. Now Kevin has more time to look for other things that might take a little more time to list.
Well, we all learn. That's what this is all about. Nobody knows everything, and we're all constantly learning.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Oh, Lynn says she'd love to watch that, Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
I'd love to watch that.
Oh my goodness.
I'd be scared to call Noelle on a live.
Oh, I wouldn't.
I would.
You'd be scared to call me?
On a live?
On a live? You're on a live show with me right now.
No, I mean...
Wait a minute. Noelle, you did post a thingy-mabob that said about everybody has that friend they're afraid to have on speakerphone live. I'm that person.
I am that friend.
You did. You had that.
I am that friend also. So don't. You got to give me a warning and tell me that you're live if you call me, because something crazy will come flying out of my mouth.
He's like,
the thing is that Kevin. The thing is, you guys have to understand is Kevin might record these live, but he goes back and edits them.
Oh,
so
okay.
So he can edit stuff out.
So it's not really live.
No.
I mean, he might go to 10 garage sales in one day and something else, and that may be 10 videos for him, or maybe 5 videos for him. He puts a bunch of stuff together and he edits a bunch of stuff out. And so he would just call me live, and then he would just edit me out, and he would just say something. That would be the smart thing.
He wouldn't edit you out. Not all of you. Yeah. Not all of you.
Kevin, you probably
need to edit. That's totally cheating.
Anyway, I can behave. I know how to behave. I got my butt beat a few times when I was a kid. Deserved every one of them that I got. I'm just saying, I can opt those out, Kevin. Don't worry about that. I don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about that. I can behave myself.
Oh yeah, you don't have to worry about if you don't tell me you live, then you have to worry about the cuss words.
No, there's a lot of people that don't like that, and I won't.
I think I found the new filter for Noelle's model.
Oh, look at the little person!
Uh-oh. You gonna climb up here and say hi? He needs a haircut in the worst way, you guys. But I made a promise to him that
hi, buddy.
If he got his haircut, he could dye it blue. So yeah.
Neat.
You're still going for that blue thing?
Yeah, he's still going for the blue thing. Oh, there's still too much sun.
Isn't that funny? My very first reaction was looking at the clock going, why is this kid still up? Well, because he's in Washington, Jan.
It's 8:30 and school is out, so bedtime's 10 o'clock.
Half Pint's done with school now, too.
Yeah. You got to stay up late last night, though, because it was your first day out of school. You got to stay up later than normal. Don't nanny me. He's nanny. He's nanny.
Let me finish.
Oh my. Oh,
At night when I had school.
Somebody better go find a mud puddle and run quick.
You hear him?
I'm gonna have to get him. I'm gonna have to calm down my language and start getting him in on my. He's gonna have to have his own little. We're gonna have to have farm scavenge. Let's see. He's farm boys. Farm. What are you? Farm scavenger boy. Farm scavenger boy.
Grand farm.
He goes by farm scavenger boy. So
sorry.
Everybody's saying hi. Anyway, Kevin, I can control myself in the words. Let's see if we can do that. There he is.
Sorry.
He must be special because he's got the rainbow connection going on here. There we go.
I'm eating pizza.
Uncle Rye brought pizza.
Man, I would love to eat those. I'm on a diet right now. I'm not allowed.
He's on a diet too. Everything he sees, he eats.
Yeah, that's the 7-year-old's normal diet.
Yeah, that's not.
I stand to eat it.
All right, buddy. Give me a mooch.
I'm almost out of my tea. Sincerely, anybody out there got some of these sitting in their pantry?
Oh yeah, Lissa's looking. Here, hang on a second. I'm going to make you big so that everybody can see exactly what you got going on. Lissa's looking for some of these teas. Show it, Lissa.
It's Splenda iced tea concentrate. They're only about 4 inches tall.
I've never even heard of them.
In the past 2 years or such, they put them out with the Splenda box of packets, the little yellow packets.
Mm-hmm.
And they were in there as a sample. You could either get that or you could get the hazelnut creamer, whatever.
I quit.
So yes, I was worried I tore apart the entire section and picked out all the ones with this. And people have been selling them on eBay, but I haven't seen any recently.
Here's another random bolo for you guys that I just realized the other day. Ziploc steamer bags.
Oh yeah.
Apparently the production got shut down because of COVID. Now they haven't stopped making them, but you can't get them right now. So if you go try to search for them on Amazon or eBay, they're like upwards of $100 for 10 freaking bags.
You couldn't get those before COVID because they discontinued them. And
no, I looked it up the other day on their website and they said that they are not discontinued. They delayed production because there's something in the production that they did shut down.
Right. Well, they were discontinued for a while and then they started making them again.
Oh,
and Mike's trying to diss my tea.
Huh?
Mike's trying to diss my tea.
I was worried about throwing a
dissing your tea.
Forehead.
Lissa, he's not dissing your tea. He said tea is gross.
I know.
He didn't say your tea that you like is gross, I'm gonna diss
No,
your
he doesn't
Splenda
like
because
tea. Does
I'm
he
just
like long walks on the beach or whatever Lissa was asking about?
Wow, people are just going way overboard on this.
Woo!
It's just a statement. All right.
they can't source
Well,
the
the
plastic zippers
economy.
from China.
Oh, can I show this though? I'm so amused, Jan, that I told you I hadn't opened that bag since I got that quilt
Yeah.
all these years later.
What is
There.
it? 89?
Nope. September 29th, 91 at Sam's Club. The quilt was $89.97.
89. Yeah.
Yep. Then we got toilet paper, Pop Secret, Cat Chow, and Jif, and maple syrup.
Mhm. Yeah, the Walmart sells a lot of those quilted comforters now too.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Some of them they're hard to tell. And then Penny's was selling them, but now I don't know if Penny's is completely out of business everywhere, but it's definitely out of business here.
I think
No, we have
Penny's
one.
is mostly online.
We have a Penny's, Jan, right down the road. It's the last building still, well, the last store still in the mall down there. Now, I don't go to that side. That's right along I don't go to that Walmart that everybody enjoyed.
I went to
got
a
some of
mall in Florida I haven't been to the mall in probably, I don't know, 5 or 6 years. You know, the only reason I go to the mall is for the food court. I don't shop at the mall. I never have. We went into the mall and I was looking for a thin black shirt for the pictures that we were doing on the beach.
Uh-oh.
Holy crap. $78 for a freaking shirt.
Maybe.
We're resellers. We're cheap. I don't pay more than $15
God.
for anything.
I could not. I was like $78.
Except the bra.
I could like buy a whole season of clothes for $78.
Yeah, Jan, the only thing I'll pay more than $15 is a Wake old bra. That's it.
Yeah.
Lissa, do you see this?
Yes, in 2003. I knew it was like 20 years.
No, you said 30. Just saying.
Well, fry my
saying.
biscuits.
I know. I'm just giving you a hard
that
time.
one down.
I'm just write that one down.
My biscuits.
Lissa's got some good ones. Like she's gonna go. I love teasing her about it. So you guys don't think I'm being mean to her because I tease her about this.
Oh no, I think Jan's running away with it.
I got Hooey Bunk. I got Fudgy Budgie, and I got Fry My Biscuits.
Yep.
Best note card this week.
I'm glad that my existence can amuse so many of you.
Mm-hmm.
We love you, Lissa.
Well, I don't curse.
Huh?
I don't curse because my grandparents will rise up from the grave and do terrible things to me.
No, really, they won't. But if that's what your Catholic guilt does to you, then we'll let you run with that.
I think
you know my Catholic guilt.
I know. That's why I'm giving you such a hard time. Oh, crud. That's hilarious.
Oh, Jan.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Jan.
Noelle, are we still on for tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay.
Remind me what time. You never told me a time.
I don't think I told you a time.
You didn't. You never.
We'll figure it out. We're not doing it live anyway, so.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
You said something. You had to talk to Julie Smurf, so just let me know what time.
Smurf's open all day.
Frying a biscuit a good thing or a bad thing? Well, Annie, it just depends on what you got going.
Stay tuned, Annie. Who knows what else I might say.
Wait a minute. Let me try to use all of them.
What I'm really trying to do here, you guys, is to get Lissa to loosen up and be more herself.
Arduous? You trying to get her to be more arduous?
No,
that is a word in my vocabulary.
Been so anxious about doing these shows, and the first two just about did her in, And I just, the more interaction she has with people, the more comfortable she gets, and it's getting easier and easier for her, so that eventually we can get her to do some lives on her channel. That's my harassment goal for Lissa.
It's a lot more fun to have someone else live with you to talk to.
I don't know what the heck to do with this thing.
What is that? Is that a GoPro?
Apparently it's a GoPro 9. I don't know what to do with this thing.
I bought a GoPro 9 and I think I'm going to sell it. I can't, 55 minutes is all I get out of a damn battery on it.
Well, then you got more with it than me. I pulled it out. I looked at it and
GoPro 8, and Scott, the bearded picker, sent me 6 batteries and a charger.
Yeah.
And I have all the stuff, but it got
There we
stolen
go.
out.
Essential accessory kit.
I bought the same thing, Lissa. Same
Apparently
thing.
it's the Borg bra. The Borg bra and various.
And there's a little squishy tripod in there that you can wrap around a tree branch.
Yeah,
bunch of whoosy whatsits that I ain't got no gosh darn clue
The
about.
yellow thing is to hang on to if you want to swim with the stupid thing.
No, that's what I was gonna say. It looks like a little scuba tank.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Hey, Lissa.
Yes, ma'am.
There's this thing called YouTube, and you can pull up videos, and people will teach you how to use that shit.
I'm familiar with. I graduated from YouTube University on numerous things, but everybody's picking on me now.
Not everyone's resourceful, Noelle. You have to be understanding.
I'm telling you right now
of stuff, but sometimes it seems like
right now how to learn how to do it. I was being very helpful, telling her how to learn how to use it. Why are you guys picking on me?
My kids were teenagers in the 2000s. They were born in the 90s.
You give birth to tech people.
If I had a quarter for every time I said Google it, I would be so loaded.
Hey, I'm still with Ask Jeeves, okay?
Wow.
You're still with what? You're still with what?
It's
Ask Jeeves.
It's spyware. Ask Jeeves was like a Yahoo search.
Yeah, I know who
clip,
that's right up there with
Noelle's face.
That's right up there with You've Got Mail.
Yes. Yes.
And I'm right about there.
After dialing tones for 10 minutes. And the busy signal.
I just seem to give you guys more and more stuff to pick on me about.
Yes.
Well, maybe you should shape up or ship out. I'm just teasing. No.
Let's review. Hooey Bunk.
Let's review.
Fudgy Budgie. Try My Biscuit.
I like the Fudgy Budgie.
I like the Fudgy Budgie too. I think I'm going to use that one.
I like the thingamajig. I use that one all the time.
I use that one often.
I love it. Anyway.
Oh, bring it on. I'm sure the room is enjoying it. I think
fire back.
We are not really sure about the chat.
Fire back, Lissa. Come on. Fire back. Let us have it.
Gina wants a fried biscuit with prickly pear honey on it.
Ooh, I got prickly
pear.
Oh,
Mike is going in for the age card. Not cool, Mike. Not cool.
He's talking about them in the chat. He's not talking about us.
Mike's old too, just like the rest of us, so don't feel bad.
Andy wants me to use Fudgy Budgie in a sentence.
Yes, please.
It just comes out naturally. I don't purposely formulate it as a forethought. It's just, it comes out instead of, F-bombs and squirrely bits.
Fudgy Budgie. Squirrely bits? Squirrely bits. I love it.
Damn it. There. Damn it.
Because it sounds like a candy bar.
A Fudgy Budgie.
A Fudgy Budgie.
When you're done using the toilet, would you frickin' flush your Fudgy Budgie?
Shots fired.
There's your sentence.
Good stuff, Lissa.
And I didn't even cuss. Aren't you happy? Aren't you proud of me?
We're thickening your skin, girl.
I'm gonna fall.
We're all the same age. Y'all suck. You're picking on me. It's like I'd rather have a row out behind the gym.
Aren't you supposed to be talking about quilts or something, girls?
Yeah. Stitching time saves 9. How about somebody put that out there?
Wait. Can you repeat that, please?
What are we repeating? Personally, I prefer Team Pre-Dirt.
Shit, I didn't catch it. One more time, Lissa, for the record.
Oh, well, no, I was saying about a stitching time saves 9 is sewing. I'm not giving you no more fun stuff.
You want to bet?
No, I'm about done with stuffy.
Go. This is the way I tease her about this all the time, and she's always got to go fetch something. And I told her, I asked her one time, I said, "Are you a fucking dog? Because dogs fetch."
Woof.
I fetched. I went to fetch my
Barky woof.
Did you go to
I better not make dog
teased,
noises. I can see Chuck going, "Oh yes,
now
I've got something to work with."
I teased her unmercifully about it, but she knows I love her, and I was just teasing her because she gets me back. You guys don't take her little.
Oh, I have no doubt.
I do not get her back for nothing. Noelle is a big meanie. Noelle's a big giant meanie. She's a horrible meanie pants, and oh my gosh, no.
Don't make me show people the nice text messages you send me. Or were those meant for somebody else and you just accidentally sent them to me?
I'm kind of digging meanie pants.
Go
I wrote
ahead.
that one down too.
Make my day.
Oh, heavens. Oh, man, I'm dying. My face hurts.
Nina didn't know she liked quilts until tonight.
It's cheaper than therapy. Well, not really. It's actually $1 billion industry. So.
Oh yeah.
We're just
the little hole in the wall quilt shops that you will find that you never knew were there because you just didn't pay any attention to them. Yeah. You're gonna start seeing those. You're gonna start seeing these little tiny hole in the wall places, and when you go to estate sales and garage sales and there is sewing stuff there, I'm gonna just tell you right now, if the sewing machine is gone but the little box that has all the sewing feet in it are there, you better think twice about buying those. Some of those little feet that go on the sewing machine
can run feet and the bobbins and all that.
$50. The bobbins are usually nothing. You can get
those. Okay. When we're talking about sewing machine attachments, here's another bolo. There is one particular foot. It is a vintage Singer walking foot. They call it a penguin foot. That foot sells for upwards of $1,200.
I'll get that. While you guys are looking that up, I got to go to the water closet.
He's going to go fetch something.
You look that up.
What are you going to fetch?
I'm going to the water closet, Jan, you smarty poopy.
Oh, smarty poopy, writing that down. Noelle's looking it up. I have one. I own one. That is such a great story on how I acquired that too. But it's worth a lot of money. And then the featherweight machines, that I showed one of those earlier, but if you find a featherweight machine where the bed detaches to reveal a free arm, that machine is worth $1,500 or more. Did you find one, Noelle?
You said it was called the Penguin?
Penguin foot. Vintage penguin foot. It's actually a walking foot, but it walks like a penguin because it was their very first attempt at a walking foot. Singer, only Singer.
Sorry. I have the 1960 Singer Simonko slant shank walking foot.
Nope.
Hang on, let me look in solds here.
I do a Google search for it.
I will. Here we go. Hang on, I found. Oh man, you guys are gonna poop yourselves.
It looks like a little penguin.
Oh, what did I walk back into?
You don't want to know. It's a bunch of fudgy buckets.
How much did you find it in the solds?
I did.
How much are they going for now?
You see that?
Yep.
Oh, glory mighty, that can't be.
That doesn't surprise me because the last time they sold for about $1,500 was about 10 or 12 years ago.
How much?
Oh my stars! That can't be real.
Yeah. See, I get bolos. I'm not even a reseller.
What do you mean you're not a reseller?
I'm a seller, not a reseller.
She doesn't buy stuff to sell. She's selling stuff that was her mother's.
Well, she's selling stuff that's already there. Holy moly, mother of biscuits.
Yeah. Go back to the first one so you can see the box. So see that box there? It looks a lot like...
I'm familiar with the green and white and red box.
Right, but
I'm really familiar with that.
Particular box, that's the only one that says walking on it.
Oh my goodness and
Now,
gracious.
if you look at the next one down, you'll see the little foot below that.
Right there, Jan, has made all of tonight worthwhile because I do see tons of the Singer stuff around here, and I have seen that green and red box.
I would be shocked if I mean, you want to talk about a find and exciting from a collector standpoint. I get that, you know, some of you guys have your own niches and stuff like that. And there's certain things that's like the holy grail. This was my holy grail. And when I found it, I had actually answered a Craigslist ad to go pick up a bunch of machines that were just for parts. And I went out there and it was this great big barn and everything else. And this couple had collected for like decades and all this other stuff. And I took all of the machines and she's like, oh, we've got some attachments too. So she started cleaning out the cupboard and everything else and loaded those in a basket. And then, you know, I'm getting ready to leave and we drove 4 hours. My girlfriend and I drove 4 hours out there to get it. And then she goes, oh, wait, there's one more spot. And she goes back in and she comes out with this box and I almost swallowed my tongue. I mean, I had paid pennies on the dollar for these machines and their parts, you know, and obviously that wasn't it was hard for me to not tell her what she had. And she's like, you know, just add this one to the pile.
That's a tough emotional one. I've been there where you're like,
that was my holy grail.
Do I tell you? You're saying you just want a couple bucks for this. I know what I'm looking at.
Yep.
You're just.
But in my defense, it wasn't selling for $2,300 then. They were selling for around $1,000, and I wasn't planning on selling it.
Yeah. Well, she probably knew what she had, and
I might sell it now that I know that they're going for $2,500.
She's kind of changing her tune and thought.
Because it's not the greatest foot. I tried it. It's really kind of crappy.
It's making me almost think I need to go fetch up mine out of storage.
Yeah.
Take a gander.
Yeah.
Because I always use the old Stitchers. I've got a new one upstairs.
That's the only one. The other one that's kind of high is the vintage darning foot.
Can you stop and give me some fried biscuits when you go to fetch that out of your storage?
Why do I speak to you people? Why? Why? Gee. All you need is like some Izod's with pop collars, your hair a little poofy, and all in pastels.
80s hair.
Giggle yourselves away and torture the shit out of me. But Miss Murphy, you can have my mother a biscuit.
You need to put it in the square jar.
Hi, Mrs. Murphy. Thanks for coming in. Picking for a living is Mrs. Murphy.
Why do I let you people enjoy me this much? For free.
How long did it take me to get you to come on? For
Well, once you
crying
get 1,000 subscribers, you can actually make a membership group now, and you can charge people to be entertained by you.
She can. She can. I don't have nobody or nothing. I'm just here for abuse on her channel. I'm here for free abuse. My God.
Gina,
I believe you're looking for the word if, and I would lose my fudgy budgie if I did.
that is very arduous. Arduous?
Lord of Triscuits, you people.
What did she
Lord
say?
Lord of Triscuits.
Hang on, I gotta back it up. I gotta write it down.
I need to walk away.
Babe, there's a Lord of Triscuits.
We need to make that into a quilt pattern.
Oh my God.
The
All
Lord
right.
of Triscuits quilt
All right.
pattern.
I willingly came in here.
Here are my parting words. Let's review.
The Lord of-
Arduous.
Arduous.
Try living with me.
Hooey bunk. Fudgy budgie.
Yeah, where's Chuck?
Meanie pants.
That's me.
Yeah,
Just
oh yeah,
saying.
you're meanie pants and a half.
Lord of Triscuits.
And fetch.
Fry my biscuits.
Prime biscuits.
Burn them too.
I gotta go to bed. Lisa, I love you, man. Thank you for making me laugh tonight.
Oh, you're so welcome, Jan.
I'm expecting a roasting in return the next time I come.
What in the hecking goody Google am I going to roast you on?
Dude,
Goody
just
Google.
watch some of my
Goody-
videos. You'll find
Did you
plenty
miss
of
that?
stuff to roast me on.
Goody Google. Did you get that? When the heck? What in the heck and Goody Google am I going to roast you on?
It's
Goody
Goonie Google. If you're
Goonie
going to
Google.
get me
Oh.
right,
Goonie Google.
it's Goonie Google.
You cannot
Gosh
give
darn it.
crocheted pot holders away, Donna. You trying to sell them and you can't? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, Donna, those are sellable. Even just
Well-
as decor.
I'll
Well,
be launching my new website soon. It'll be lissatranslator.com.
With her assistant,
Oh my God.
with her assistant Jeeves.
Yeah, yeah. And then it'll be the little logo under
I
Ask
don't want
Me.
to play with you anymore.
All right,
Jan.
I'm leaving.
I'm taking my scratch and sniffs and going home. I'm taking my scratch and sniffs. I'm going home and in.
I'm gonna pee my pants. I gotta go.
Do I have 1,000 subscribers yet? I mean, seriously.
Maybe tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow, Noelle. Bye,
Oh
guys.
yeah, you'll see her tomorrow. Bye,
Thanks.
Jan.
I might avoid you for a couple days, Lissa. Just a couple.
Oh, just a few. Why? Why do I subject myself to this? High school's supposed to be over.
Oh, you make my eyes water.
Yeah, so does pollen and caustic chemicals. Glad to thrill you, Annie. I got dressed from the waist up to be abused like this.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, that's hilarious. You guys are killing me. Oh,
They're abusing me.
it's our way of showing how much we love you.
Yeah, that's what the therapist would agree with.
I thought you couldn't find a therapist.
I can't. Oh, for the heavens and stars, people.
Donna, do you follow me on Instagram? I can't remember if Turtle Trader. You've been hiding out this whole time.
Do not go, Lissa. Hi, Turtle.
Karen,
I want to go curl up under my rock and lick my
Janet is
wounds.
laughing her ass off because she heard that dress from the waist up rolling on the floor.
Oh, y'all think I'm kidding?
Nope, because lots of times on Tuesday mornings, I have my pajamas on from the waist down. Oh, that's hilarious.
Quacker Factory, beautiful, wonderful, embroidered. Kmart PJ pants. But they're blue, so they kind of match.
Donna, do you follow me on Instagram? I don't know if I said that. I don't have a cell phone way back in the sticks. What are you trying to sell on any platform at all, Donna? She has an email. I know that. I gotta email her back tomorrow. I'm gonna email you about that lighter, which I do have. I haven't forgotten you. I have a lighter that she wants, that she's gonna get. Matter of fact, email me your address, will you please, Donna?
And I have something I want to send you, Noelle.
I don't want you to send me anything after tonight.
No, I was going to send it before tonight, so it doesn't have the same oomph.
It doesn't matter because you haven't packed it yet, and it will. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, I love you.
It's quite innocent. It's
right.
Just perfectly Noelle.
Right. Did you hear her say that?
What?
It's quite innocent.
Well, you're right. It's quite innocent, perfectly Noelle. I suppose that probably doesn't go together.
She's not here, but what do you want to say? What do you want to say? How beautiful
it was fantastic.
Yep. Yep.
Quite labor intensive. I know that for a fact. And she does hers with some regular stitching machines. But there's some parts of that had to be done by hand.
I think she did all that one all by hand. I think Jan did that one all by hand, and on her featherweight, she probably used a featherweight. If she used a machine at all, she probably used a featherweight, because that's what a lot of the quilting people use are the featherweights. My mom doesn't have near the amount that Jan does, but my mom has, I think she's got 5 featherweights, and she uses them all.
Well, my stitcher was like a 1920s, 30s Singer, and I did magic with that thing. But I did all my quilting. Sewing machine is a stitcher. Okay.
I don't know. I've never heard it called a stitcher. So, Jan, where are you? Did you write that down?
It's like I'm just dangling in the wind for the coyotes to nip at.
Here's the thing. I know you'll get me back. I know you'll get me back the first chance, the first opportunity you get. So,
I don't know how I could.
And I will deserve everything you dish out to me. Lissa, can you make butter with your stitcher? Where is that?
Mike. Suck a boo-boo.
It really was. It really was, Gina. If Versace made quilts, it would look like that. Yeah, that was gorgeous. Anyway, all right, you guys, all of you peoples in the chat. And
ever so kind to stick with us during the comedy hour of helping you learn something. I
I'll email you back tomorrow then, Donna. I just need your email address. I'm just going to send it to you. You don't need to send me any money. So I will email you back tomorrow, and then I just need your address so I can ship it to you. Anyway, that's that. Don't even attempt to argue with me over it because it doesn't work, and you can ask pretty much anybody in the chat that.
Yeah, you can't argue with her. If she's just going to give it to you, don't argue. Oh,
Hello,
Carolyn.
Carolyn.
We're tapping out.
Yeah, so you got here in time, though, because what I want to know is what is something that you guys really want to talk about? Yahweh, don't argue with me. I'm telling you right now. What is
Well,
something?
Gina says she actually learned something from us.
She learned something new every single time. Yeah, she learned fudgy budgies or whatever that was.
Oh my gosh. Dang it.
What would you guys like? What would you guys like us to talk about next week? What would you
that
like
would be
to talk
a super
about?
help, gang. It really would.
Well,
the world is open. Please. I know a lot about
waiting.
everything except fishing, sports. Yeah, fishing and sports. Those are the ones I care not for at all.
Our girl, the nicety seller, wants us to talk about fried biscuits.
Well, I can teach you all about that.
Ephemera and watches.
Well, we could do ephemera. Watches, I'm kind of about. I mean, those are so in depth that to even try to do a glazing over like Noelle and I have been trying to do. Watches are so vast, so in depth that, I mean, you could run off a list of names and like things like the jewels and such, but it would be 5 hours in itself.
Well, that's just it. You're doing a glazing over like we've done here. Michelle says burlap coffee sacks. Are you being serious, Michelle? Because I'm not sure if you are or not. Vintage jewelry.
I don't have any burlap, but I might still have some cotton over at my horrible family.
Jewelry and good keywords. I know nothing crafty. I am open to anything. Yes. Okay. So that would be the reason why I asked Michelle about the burlap coffee sacks is there is a big following of people that collect those and use those for many different things. Yeah. I literally had 5 pallets of burlap coffee sacks a while back that I got for free, and you're going to die when you find out what I did with them.
Well, you remember I told you that's how I learned about the gosh darn flour and coffee sacks, was that I took them to the Hartville flea market, and I'm like, whatever. I said $1 a piece. The guy was like, really?
You took coffee sacks too?
Yeah, the big heavy burlap with the black coffee written on them. And I had the flour stack.
They're way different now. They have all kinds of different colors and stuff printed on them, countries of origin.
These were all before 1950, 1940. Because I got them in a bunch of stitch and stuff, material and things. That's why I mentioned that on the last show, I think. That's how I learned about those.
What brand watch is that, Mike? You have a 1960s watch you have to take in and get cleaned professionally. Comps show it to be worth $600 to $800. Flour and coffee sex, you heard it. A guy, he sells coffee and has burlap coffee sacks that nobody wants, and I'm wondering if I should go all the way to PA and get them. How far is all the way, Michelle? Because I don't know if you've looked them up or not, but there is a huge market for them. I used to get them for free too, and I used them for weed barrier, and I would lay them down and use them for weed barrier rather than cardboard or landscaping fabric.
Thank you, Turtle. Apparently, bring a piece of note paper and write down the funnyisms that Alyssa says. That's the game tonight, Turtle.
That's it. Thanks. Encore Sherpa Star.
Again, anybody got any of this? I will buy it.
Wow.
That's my last bottle.
Well, they use flour sacks for everything, Carol Ann. They use them for clothing. They use them for quilting.
Quilt
They
sack.
use them for everything, for sheets, for
Pillowcases.
Yep.
I had a pillowcase that was just the whole flour sack when I was a kid.
Dish towels, you name it. They used them for anything.
Tell him to get a good hearing aid. Mike's being a poopy.
Hey, Lissa, Mike can hear you. Tell you telling me to tell him to not say something when you could just talk to him. Just saying. Not that I'm really being a smart ass tonight. I'm sorry. I don't know what's gotten into me.
You are spectacularly off the cusp. You're more Noelle than Noelle. You're like roided out crazed Noelle.
I didn't have counseling this week because she took the week off, so let's just blame it on that.
Oh, that's it.
That must be it.
And I have her counselor's number. I need to berate her.
I'll warn you next time that's going to happen. Because she said she was taking another week off sometime this summer, so I'll have to let you know. She's pretty cool. I'll leave for 2 seconds and everyone goes nuts. That's hilarious.
See, that's what you get, Gina. You need to take it with you to the toilet.
All right, so we have a bunch of things, but anyway, Michelle, look them up and see what they're going for in your area, because there are so many different things that people use those coffee sacks on. And maybe we should leave for 2 seconds. Yeah, we go nuts. That's right.
I can't win.
My YouTube is faster than the chat in the StreamYard. So wait till you see what Annie just wrote here.
Oh my heaven stars. What? I have no words.
Records I am not going to touch, and I'll tell you why. If you want to learn about records, you need to go watch The Auction Professor. And there are a couple of other people, but The Auction Professor is your records guy, and I kid you not.
Well, I can't do records because I'm emotionally scarred because all of my massive collection was stolen, and I'm really traumatized by it. So I had to buy some of my own back on eBay, and that's how I found it. It was stolen. It showed up as, hey, this might be something you might be interested in. And I'm like, it's an autographed record of mine from when I worked at the radio station. Oh my God, I knew where that was. So I won't do records. It hurts me too much.
Well, sometimes you got to do that kind of stuff to get over it. Typo queen. Me too. I'm a typo queen. Today I was sending Oh boy, I'm telling you, like every other word was misspelled.
Oh, I had a bad day too. You saw that, Noelle. I was texting you and I'm like, I'm a grammar Nazi.
What the heck is this tree link thing? We can't figure it out. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Because in my post on Instagram, I put the link to my YouTube channel is up above in my link tree. In your bio on Instagram, you can only put one link. So if you use the Linktree app, which is free, you can put a bunch of links. No, I'm telling you this right now.
Well, heck and flip if I understand the concept of that.
Well, I can explain it to you again for the 30th time.
Well, and he had the boys try to explain it to him, so
well, there wasn't a link. Pictures. That's why I sent you. That wasn't the link to this show. You have 2 Instagram accounts, Lissa.
Yeah, I need to get rid of the one, and I don't know how.
Yes, you do, because I end up, if I don't send the link to the show to you on both of your Instagrams, then you don't know which one it's on. And I made the mistake of not sending the link to both of your Instagrams this last time. No, it's not your fault. You need to get rid of one of them.
I
Or
need to get
not-
a 25-year-old trapped in my basement to explain technology.
You only had croissants when you grew up. You had a hard life, Annie.
If there's anybody knows any, I'll treat them well.
Don't listen to her. She's lying.
I can do cougaring.
All right, you guys. I am going to say good night.
me, Lucy.
Explain it to me, Lucy. No joke. Hey, Annie, how is your new washer and dryer treating you?
And Annie, you're my size, so that whole thing, I was like, wow.
I
She
moved
was there
mine.
trying to move it and all that.
Mine are stacking, and I can unstack my dryer off of my washer. It's not easy, but I'll do it if I have to. It's one of those things. You just do it if you have to.
You're Wonder Woman. We all know
No.
that.
Annie did that because she had to. She didn't have somebody to help her. Her
Hey, I
husband
fixed
is.
the dryer. I
Her
fixed the
husband-
dryer using YouTube University.
There you go. Yay. See? You can do it.
I fixed that element. Well, Jamie didn't. I didn't have anybody living here at the time.
There you go. You can do it. I have faith in everybody, no matter how
You can
much faith
do it.
you don't have in yourself. I have faith.
All right,
that
nicety seller. Thank you.
if they want to. You guys go. Hey, before you leave, drop your link. I'm making you a mod right now. Nicety seller. She's got some pretty good estate sale videos and stuff like that, and she just celebrated 100 2 weeks ago. I'm losing it. You have an AC
Thank you,
unit.
Turtle. You've got it right. I shared it. Somewhere down the road, I might dress completely.
Well, you never know.
It's still
And
2020 to
Lissa
me.
went to an estate sale last week. Woo, 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 woo. I'm so
Oh, it was a
proud of
garage
you.
sale, but yeah.
Well, yeah, but you still got out of the house and went to a sale. So, woo, woo.
I went 2 blocks.
Yep.
I left the house. I went 2 blocks.
You're
and I've got
welcome.
enough vitamins to last. Holy moly.
If anybody else wants to drop a link, do it now. You got 5 listings done tonight. You 2 had me in stitches, but I'm dumb. Did you
Hey,
get your
everybody needs
package?
time off.
I know
right,
you
Mike?
got your package, Mike, because you left me really good feedback, and I didn't even pay you for that. Drop them like it's hot. If you got a link, drop it in there. And if you don't, I think
That phrase
everybody.
has always creeped me out. Drop it like it's hot.
Carol
I don't know.
Ann. I got Carol Ann is the only one. I got you. I think I
gives
got
me
you.
heebies.
Carol. I think everybody drop it like it's hot. Yes. You guys go check out Jody Toy Addict. She will have you in stitches in some of her videos. She has a lot of cool. She has a lot of cool vintage toys.
Jody's a really swell gal.
All kinds of stuff. Jody and I got to get together here sooner or later because she's just across the bridge from me.
I didn't realize she was that close.
Yeah, she's just over in Portland. Yep.
Party on, Lissa. I ain't getting a party on. I'm having iced tea and, well, pajama bottoms. So,
Well, you got to do what you got to do. All right, you guys.
I
will
hope we brought
see-
some knowledge to anybody here. Somebody, something. And now I've got to haul all these wool blankets back upstairs.
I think we can do it. I know I gotta take a bunch of my quilts and stuff. They're probably gonna be here next week when you guys see me because that's just how I'm feeling
Welcome,
lately.
Jody.
Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, share. I never say that, but I've been saying it here recently. So, and those of you that already have, I love you. I appreciate you. Those of you that don't want to, that's okay. I get it. And I am not 100% sure I'll be on Sunday. If I do, it'll probably be with stuff that I got. My aunt is cleaning out her house, and there's a poop ton of clothes, which you guys all know how much I love.
We all love clothes so very much. Thank you,
Anyway,
Gina.
so, all right, you guys, we appreciate you too, Gina, and I will talk to you all later. Have a great
And
rest
everybody
of your
can come back and pick on me next week
for free.
for free.
Bye,
Bye,
everybody.
everyone.